So now we're ready to start our design, now that we've got our circle divided up into the angles. And we're going to begin by taking our compass and setting the compass to 1 inch. So I'm going to pull that tape off and set one of the pointers, or set this bottom pointer to 1 inch. Flip it over and tape it really quickly. Alright, and remember, since this pointer's at 1 inch, that's the opening that I'm going to use for my pencil. So I'll place my compass the bullseye right over the center, and hold that in place with my finger. And then I'm going to remember to use the correct opening, and I'm going to draw this. It's a 2-inch circle, and so our pencil is placed at 1 inch. So there it is. Now there's a lot of different kinds of things that you can do to design that center, but we're going to make this kind of look like a flower in the center. And we'll do that by placing a kind of a petal on each of the spokes. And so I'm going to begin at the top, come down and split that angle about halfway with this petal design. So there's the first one. Second one comes down about halfway between the two lines, and notice that it touches its neighbor right about halfway between the two lines. And I'm just going to continue doing that all the way around the circle. And because we're working with 16 pieces, we'll be working with, we'll be drawing 16 petals. Almost there. And the last one. Now remember that as we're working, if you get behind, just stop and pause the video and then restart it when you get caught up. So we've got our first design, so now it's time to make another ring or another circle. This time we're just going to move our slide just about 1/4 of an inch, because we were at 1 and we're just going to move it up to 1 1/4. So in looking at the compass, it's on 1. And we're just going to move it 4/16 to 1 1/4. So it's going to be right here. 1, 2, 3, 4/16. This is a little bit longer line right there. And that's where we're going to set this. Okay, right there. I'm going to tape the back again so that it doesn't move. And then draw this new ring or circle. So I'll put it over the bullseye, hold it there in place, and making sure to be drawing at 1 1/4. I'm going to go all the way around, keeping my pencil straight up and down. Okay, and you can see this time it's only probably about a 1/4 of an inch wide. This time, inside, we'll use our protractor again as a ruler. And we're just going to draw a zigzag from bottom to top and back to bottom to top and back to bottom, and we'll just do that all the way around the circle. So I'm going to start bottom to top, top to bottom, and I'm just wanting to make sure that each time I go right to the corners. Bottom to top, top to bottom, bottom to top, top to bottom, And I'm going to do that all the way around the circle. Okay, so it's going to look like that. The next thing we'll do is, of course, we've done our design, so now it's time to create another circle or draw another circle. This time we're going to set our compass at 2 inches. So pull your tape off, move your slide up to 2 inches, and go ahead and tape it, being careful not to cover the hole. And we'll go ahead and draw this new circle. Make sure that you get precisely the bullseye over the center. Keep your pencil straight up and down. And let's make this new circle. Remember to draw lightly. We don't want all this pencil to show when we're coloring our radial. And so you want to be sure to draw kind of lightly. I'm drawing dark so it shows up better on the camera. But you won't want to. And if you have, well then what you can do is kind of lighten it up before you start coloring so that your pencil lines are not so dark. Okay, so we've got our new circle drawn, and this time we're going to create a kind of a triangular design. We'll begin by starting in the upper left-hand corner of the new section and drawing to the bottom right, and then we're going to do the same thing all the way around. Upper left, bottom right. Upper left, bottom right. Do this all the way around the circle. When you create a radial design, you do the same type of design or pattern over and over and over. And that way each of your sections will be symmetrical. Okay, once those are drawn from upper left to bottom right, we're now going to go from upper right to bottom left, but we're going to stop at the line and not cross it. So I'm going to put my protractor, lay it from upper right to bottom left, and I'm going to start drawing my line, but I'm going to stop and not cross into this triangle. So we're going to do that all the way around the circle as well. And you'll notice what kind of a design this is going to create. Again, remember that precision is important, and so as you're placing your protractor on these corners, make sure that you've got them going to the corners and not some other place on the circle. So, oops, I've missed one right here. Okay, so we've got that ring completed, and now we'll go ahead and draw another circle. And this time we're going to set it to, let me see, to 2 1/4. So we're going to move it up, take your tape off, and move this up to 2 1/4. So we'll count up 4/16. 1, 2, 3, 4, right there, 2 1/4. Be sure that you're going toward the 3 and that you're not going back the other direction like you normally would. We'll go ahead and tape the back. Okay, and we'll draw that skinny circle that we're going to make here. So I'm going to put it right over the bullseye. My pencil is straight up and down. I'm straight up and down, and I'm trying to remember not to draw too dark. Okay, and we've got that skinny ring drawn. Now in that ring, we're going to create a circle on each of the spokes. And so just do your best to make these small 16 circles, touching the top of the ring, the bottom of the ring, and kind of centering themselves over each of these spokes. So once we've got those drawn, we're going to draw an additional circle. And we were at 2 1/4. So let's go ahead and move it up to 2 3/4. So there's 1/4, 2/4, which is 1/2, and then 3/4 is right up here. It's just 4/16 away from 3. So I'm going to move that up to 2 3/4. Tape it once again on the back so it's not going to move. And then I'm going to draw that circle in there. So I'm putting it right over the bullseye, pencil straight up and down. And I've got an additional ring, so I can start a new design. This time we're just going to make X's. Now, it's quickest to make one side of the X all the way around and then go back the other direction. So this is what I'm talking about. Go from upper right to bottom, upper left to bottom right each time. And we'll just do that all the way around the circle. And then once we've done that, we're going to place our protractor the opposite direction, and we'll make those X's. Okay, so now that those are complete, now I'm going to go the opposite direction.